What's up, YouTube? So I went shopping like always, bought a few more things. I figured I'd show you. Now I know you guys know I bought the Turbo Express last week locally with the box and everything. And then after I opened it, I saw a stuck pixel, which happens to come from the factory that way. But so yeah, I saw another one on eBay. This one came in a lot with the Turbo Express, 5 games, and the Turbo Vision, which is this thing right here. And what this thing lets you do, this is my new Turbo Express, not the old one that I showed you the other day. But this, what you can do with this is you can plug it in like that to the side of it and watch television. Now, obviously, it doesn't work anymore because we switched to digital recently, so this thing's actually useless, but it's still pretty sought after, and it's a great collectible. Came with the lot. What else came with the lot, you ask? 5 games. I'll start by showing this one. Sports football for the Turbo Graphics. Now, it looks like it's a CD. I know it looks that way, but actually, if you open it up, it's not a CD. It's a Hue card, because that's how all the games were, but they released them in CD cases. You know, I showed you last video. They look like, hotel card keys. Second game that I got is Impossible, which pretty much sucks in my opinion, but it's still a pretty good collectible. This game right here, Keith Courage in Alpha Zones. This game was the game that originally came boxed with every TurboGrafx when you bought one from, Toys R Us or whatever back in the 90s. This was the pack-in game. So that's a pretty common one. And then I also got World Series Baseball, which I'm not a fan of. I don't even really like sports games, but like I said, it came in a lot of 5 games, the Turbo Vision and the Turbo Express. So, even though I don't really like those games, I'm still happy to have them. And the reason that I purchased this lot, let me just tell you, it was I paid $100 for the whole lot, which is a great deal, because usually you can sell a Turbo Express without the box for probably like $75 to $100 by itself. And this game right here is the reason why I got this lot. Neotopia. Now, what this is it's a Zelda ripoff. It's very similar to the original Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System, but it was a great copy. I mean, the way that they made this game, from what I hear, it's almost, some people will actually argue that it's even better than the original Zelda. So, I was really excited to have this included in the lot. This game alone is around $30. So, I mean, I got 5 games, one of them worth $30, and the Turbo Express with the Turbo Vision, all for $100. So I didn't really have to think twice about it, even though I already have a Turbo Express, and I really didn't need another one. But it's always nice to have two, especially considering how poorly they were. They're old, so who knows what could happen with them. So I'm also happy about that. Now, the one thing about this Turbo Express is the sound on it barely works. You can only hear it a little bit. Now, if you do research, that's a very common thing with all old handhelds, especially the Game Gear. The reason for it being is back in the day, the internals of these handhelds were used with not really good parts. Back then, I guess they were considered good, but nowadays they fail. So, if you do have a Game Gear or a Turbo Express that the sound is still originally working, don't be surprised if one day it's not working. It's very common. It's not that hard of a fix, and I'm kind of glad that this one is broken, because it gives me, an extra side project. It's not that hard to do. I know what I'm doing as far as replacing the capacitor goes, and that's pretty much all it takes. Is just, you have to just pop off an old capacitor that has a positive and a negative line, and replace it with a new one from Radio Shack for a few dollars, solder it up, and you're ready to go. That's pretty much all I got lately, so thanks for watching. Like always, I'll put up another video soon. Oh yeah, don't forget, subscribe.